Don't let the past be the rock which holds you back. Now, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking over and over again. So then that begins to diminish the possibility. Don't let the past be the rock which holds you back. Most of our thoughts and feelings come from our past experiences. They come from memorizing. In fact, your brain is organized to reflect everything you know in your life. Your brain is a record of all the things you've learned and experienced. The brain, it's an artifact, and when you have an experience, when you're in the midst of an experience, all of your five senses plug you into the external environment. And as your brain is processing all of this vital sensory data, all that information rushes back to the brain. The emotional aspect helps us remember the events, so we learn something new intellectually, and when we do that, it also causes networks of neurons to form. The Nobel Prize laureate Kandel in the year 2000 found that when people learn just one bit of information, they double the numbers of connections in their brain from 1300 connections to 2600 connections. So if they didn't review that information or repeated the connections approving the part, so we know that learning semantic information begins to organize circuitry in the brain, and experiences enrich the brain. The end product of experience, of course, is the emotion, and it causes us to feel certain ways. When you begin to string attitudes together, when you combine an attitude, you start to form what's called beliefs. Now, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking over and over again until you hardwire it into your brain. Because beliefs are based on past experiences, then the very boundaries of our beliefs is how we feel. So when our beliefs get challenged, it typically doesn't feel right. They feel insecure. They think more insecure thoughts. They fire and wire more circuits in their brain to feel more chemicals of insecurity. And then once they're feeling insecure, they think more insecure thoughts, and they do this over and over again. The redundancy in the repetition of that cycle over time conditions the body to subconsciously become the mind. Once the body becomes the mind, that's called a habit. And it turns out that 95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old are set unconscious thoughts, unconscious behaviors, unconscious emotional reactions that function like a subconscious computer program. The cycle of thinking and feeling over time creates a subconscious state of being. So all beliefs are subconscious states of being. We have beliefs about God, about spirituality, about health, about relationships, about love. And all of those are based on our past experiences. But the majority of those beliefs, we don't even know that. We believe them because we think they're true, because they're not functioning primarily in the conscious mind. And if you take several beliefs and you stack them together, you start to form what's called a perception, and perceptions have everything to do with relationships that we have, the things we create, the behaviors we demonstrate, the choices we make in our relationships. Why is that important? Because then if beliefs are subconscious.
Nhạc anh viết vẫn chưa xong, liệu rằng ngày đó có đến trước, dành khi người mới còn chưa mong như anh từng là người đến trước. Khi đắng, khi ngọt, hạnh phúc song hành như chén thuốc em à. Đầu em lúc nào cũng đơn giản, nên ca từ anh chỉ mộc mạc, không cần quá nhiều điều cao siêu. Mọi thứ bắt nguồn từ gốc gác, không phải bông đùa hay chốc lát, càng không tự nhiên mà bộc phát là bao nhiêu ngày tháng suy tư và thể trạng anh dần hốc hác. Em hâm hâm em ngu si, anh âm thầm như cu ly, chỉ biết yêu em không chủ ý, dù em nhạt nhẽo chẳng thú vị. Khóe mắt của em là vũ khí, nhìn em vui vẻ đã đủ cười, không dám.
Our lives, we have to make a decision with such firm intention that the amplitude of that decision carries a level of energy that's greater than the hardwire programs in the brain. And the emotional conditioning in the body responds to a new mind. In other words, the choices become an experience. that the person never forgets. Because the internal experience begins to reorganize.
Chờ đợi cả thanh xuân như cánh hoa 10 giờ vẫn y nguyên cảnh vật, nhưng chúng ta bây giờ đây thành người thừa. Chẳng bất ngờ về chuyện đời hợp tan, chỉ chưa quen khi chơi với ngập tràn. Ai mang đi chân yêu rồi đập nát, để lại khúc nhạc buồn giữa trời đất âm vang. Người hữu tình dốc gan ruột vì nhau, cho đến cuối cùng thì có được gì đâu. Đem cho đời phải chăng sự bi sầu, giữ cho riêng mình một con tim dì máu. Đối diện câu chuyện độc thoại nội tâm, nhiều thứ anh cần học lại nội dung. Giá em ở đây trách móc phải lỗi lầm, thì cuộc đời anh các khóc lại đối xứng. Vì ai nên mang thanh xuân này vô định, kẻ hữu ý nhưng kẻ chỉ vô tình. Anh giống như Mr. Fantastic, bởi vì hạnh phúc của anh biết vô hình em ơi.